the most viral creators and esports players that the world has ever seen.
It's so crazy. I haven't heard of the name Moneymaker because he streams every day. I feel like what he needs to do is he needs to be posted on everything. Most creators, bro, they do well and they're not posted on everything. The reason why Kai Cenat is still where he is to this day is because this guy's getting a viral moment as we speak, bro. And no, it's not him getting it live right now. I'm talking guys are posting viral moments constantly, posting it. So if he's blowing up on like 1 million times on TikTok, 1 million times on YouTube Shorts, 1 million times on IG Reels, obviously he's gonna be the biggest. And that's what I'm aiming to do. Peak is a good game for content, looks fun, to be fair. Yeah, nah, I'm down to play that if guys are down to play that. I played Roblox Peak, not actual Peak.
But sometimes these streamers start out successful and then completely fall off.
I look back on what I've done and feel good about it, you know?
Today I'm going to talk.
I feel so bad for Myth, by the way. Cause Myth is, I don't know how that guy fell off, bro, but
Talk about one player who went from a nobody to a viral sensation.
This dude really pissing me off.
But then,
now you know what it was, bro. This guy was riding a trend for too long, bro. He was riding that popular trend. He got banned and then it cooked this shit.
All of the love and attention suddenly disappeared. This is the rise
SQC
and
impression
fall
now
of Fortnite's youngest player, Moneymaker. Moneymaker, also known by his real name Mons.
Yo, what are the odds Moneymaker's live right now, bro? Oh, no, not Monkey Maker. Moneymaker. Bro, I'm telling you, this guy's a grinder, bro. Moneymaker Twitch. Is he live? I just checked, he isn't. Deadass. I was about to link him this vid. Holy.
Was born on January 3rd of 2009 in Sweden. According to his YouTube channel, he made his channel only 2 years later on February 8th of 2011. So either his parents made this account or...
What?
9 in Sweden. According to his YouTube channel, he made his channel...
What? He made his YouTube channel when he was 2 years old. I made my YouTube channel when I was 7. 2 days after I was born. Hell no. Huh?
Only 2 years later on February 8th of 2011. So either his parents made this account or the 2-year-old Moneymaker was planning on...
Nah, you can't, bro. You can't. I'm not gonna lie. For a 2009 kid, you never know. He might have made the email at 2. Because, bro, I ain't gonna... Bro, I'm not gonna... Bro, you never know. You really never know.
Being internet famous as a toddler. Anyways, Moneymaker started gaming at a super young age, and like most people, he started playing on console. Moneymaker would play his first ever game of Fortnite back in Season 3 during February of 2018 when he was just 9 years old. Then he started to get into the game a little bit more during Season 9, but other than that, we don't know a ton about him. Normally, I like to go into details about a person's childhood and what brought them into gaming, but we don't really know a lot about Moneymaker.
See, this is why when I get, and I'm saying when, not if, when, I'm going all in for this. But like, what I'm saying is when I do get big, bro, I gotta hop on every podcast. I gotta give guys my backstory. I gotta give them everything, bro. Bro, I want to inspire people with my story, that's for sure.
And it seems like he kind of likes being mysterious because every time somebody asks him a genuine question about his life or really about anything, he just starts trolling. We don't know what games he played before Fortnite.
What games were you playing before Fortnite? Like Minecraft or like Pub Penguin?
No, probably like...
Roblox?
You know, yeah, you know, no. You know that one game, you know? That one, yeah.
Which one?
That one, you know?
No, I don't know.
No, you know what I mean?
We don't know what his parents think about his pro gaming career.
What do your parents think about you streaming?
I don't know.
Do they even care?
Yeah.
That's good. Are they supportive?
How are we supposed to support a guy that we know nothing about, man? Come on. Moneymaker, lock in, fam.
Yeah.
That's good. My parents were not supportive. They told me to quit streaming.
And apparently he has 7 girlfriends.
Have you ever had a girlfriend, Moneymaker?
Okay, why is that question though? That's not even... Obviously, I have like 7 right now.
You have 7 right now.
But let's be real, all of this privacy is probably on purpose and for the best. Moneymaker is really young, and it's hard to stay safe while being such a big name online, so I wouldn't be surprised if his family told him to keep his personal info to himself. And even though we don't know a ton about his personal life, we do know a lot about his Fortnite history. Moneymaker played his first event on February 22nd of 2019 in the Share the Love Cup. He placed 4,796th in solos, which on the surface is pretty bad, but then if you do the math correctly, you'll realize he did this at only 10 years old. And if you've read the Fortnite terms and agreements before, you'll also know that Moneymaker being 10 years old was 3 years below the minimum age required to compete and make money playing Fortnite. However, Moneymaker would continue to play tournaments regardless through the rest of 2019 and 2020. And it was around this time that Moneymaker would finally dip his toes into the social media game on November 3rd of 2020 when he would post his first ever highlights video.
Why does it feel like I'm about to watch the rise of Crofty? This is exactly how it's gonna be like in the rise of Crofty. He started off his career by posting Fortnite highlights.
That obviously wasn't the original music, but you know, copyright. And speaking of content, when I'm brainstorming or researching for my videos, I find it a lot easier to just speak my thoughts instead of writing them down. But the thing is, I always forget important details or have a hard time finding my notes
sponsorship.
later. And that's where the sponsor of this video, Plod, comes in. Plod is an AI smart assistant for taking notes. It captures everything I say, even when I'm in a noisy environment like gaming conventions or other live events like the Pro-Am. The noise reduction is super strong, and it even labels scores so you know exactly who's saying what. It's small enough to snap into my phone or just slip into my wallet. And that's not even the best part, because it doesn't just transcribe my words, it also summarizes them and creates to-do lists, which saves me a ton of time when making my
Can we not just do all of this on our phone?
My videos. Imagine turning a 3-hour-long creative meeting with my editors into a 30-second summary. That is the magic of Plod. And unlike your phone, Plod won't die halfway through your day or run out of storage, because it has 64 gigabytes of memory with over 30 hours of recording. And with AWS privacy protocols, you know that all this data you're storing is safe, so you don't have to worry about leaking any of your ideas. So right now, you can get 20% off your brand new Plod with the code Timmy20, and you can check out the link in my description below. Maker still hadn't
it's a weird one.
And he wouldn't achieve that until October 18th at the end of 2021. And yes, that means he made his first earnings before he turned 13 years old, so nobody tell Epic Games. Moneymaker finally turned 13 though, just a few months later on January.
No, it's not like we're watching the biggest Fortnite documentary YouTuber right now.
2022. Obviously, this wasn't a huge deal to Moneymaker because he was already playing before while breaking the rules, but being able to actually participate did open up potential opportunities like going to LAN events. On top of that, some of his fellow pros would be more likely to team with him because they wouldn't have to worry about him getting banned. And at this time, that was important to Moneymaker because he was taking Fortnite very seriously. In the year 2022, at just 13 years old, Moneymaker earned over $3,000. But little did he know that next year, Fortnite was about to change Moneymaker's life forever. 2023 started like any other year for the young GOAT. He had his birthday, played in a few cash cups, and brought home a couple $1,000s. But then the FNCS Major 1 qualifiers would come around, and he would duo with Brantman. Normally, Moneymaker would get knocked out in the early rounds when he would play FNCS in earlier years, but this time he was doing well. Like really well. So well, in fact, that he earned himself a spot in the FNCS Major 1 Grand Finals. This was a huge deal. Not only did he make Grand Finals at barely 14 years old, but he also did it on EU, which was the hardest region in all of Fortnite. Not to mention, he qualified for Grand Finals only about a year after making his first earnings. Unfortunately for Moneymaker and his duo, they would only finish 36th out of 50th place, but they did earn themselves $1,500, which isn't bad at just 14 years old. However, the bad news would only continue as Moneymaker would fail to qualify with Brantman to Major 2. However, on August 13th later that year, they did manage to get into Major 3, where he was of course the youngest player in the lobby.
Moneymaker's actually the youngest player in this lobby. Weirdly enough though, he's just like not the most unexperienced player by extension, right? He's had his fair share of competitive experience.
This time he was playing with a new duo, Fanayan, and the two of them placed 26th out of 50 teams, which was 10 places higher than he did in Major 1. Unfortunately, this 26th placement didn't qualify them for the Global Championships in Copenhagen, which means that Moneymaker and his duo would have to make it in the last chance qualifiers. This tournament was even more stressful than usual because there was only one day of competition with just 6 games where only the top 9 qualified for LAN. Since there were so few games, players had to be on top of their game or else. And luckily for Moneymaker, this would be his best tournament ever. Him and his duo Fanayan managed to snag a win during the 3rd game with 9 eliminations.
There's no builds left inside this endgame.
And that's the problem, is that the team that's on height is just having an absolute field day, non-stop spraying down onto...
Yo, I swear, if I one day see a Rise of Rxzz video, that's gonna be mind-boggling to me, bro. From this Timmy guy. Oh,
everyone below, it's Fanayan, it's Moneymaker just playing devastators to the entirety of this lobby as if they didn't have enough to worry about. Marine gonna try to get a piece of the action instead. He'll wind up falling here. It's Propsy Hero doing what he can to try and recover some sort of footing, but the legendary Slurp Juice, the Menace, they're only going to buy so much time. Moneymaker will wind up dropping here, doesn't have any builds, knows that he can just play the aggressor here, trying to hunt out these players that are left standing, but it's a solo situation up against the likes of Fanayan.
See, if I was here, I wouldn't even know what I'm doing, bro. I start bugging out. I'm like, what the hell do I do? What the hell do I do? But these guys are experienced.
And Moneymaker and the zone just one more time, Shio, keeps being as brutal as ever with the way that it's pulling over height. And that's all it takes. Fanayan, Moneymaker, they don't need to find that last solo. They just needed the zones.
When all 6 games were said and done, they finished 6th and qualified himself and his duo for Global Championships.
Welcome to the
here it is.
FNCS Global Championship.
What's that ping?
The actual tournament would take
This
place
is where
on
bro
October
walks out all
13th through
NPC.
15th in Copenhagen,
October
Denmark.
13th is my birthday.
And this was a big deal because it was the first ever FNCS held outside of North America, and being from Sweden, this was sort of like home turf for Moneymaker. On day 1, the two of them brought their A game and it paid off. They placed 14th in the lower bracket above huge names like Clix, Epic Whale, Edgy, Dukes, Cooper, and Miro. This meant that Moneymaker and Fanayan would come back the next day and play in the grand finals at the Global Championships. The next day finally came around, and the moment everyone was waiting for, Moneymaker walked into the tournament looking happy to be there, I guess.
NPC.
Age doesn't matter for Moneymaker and Fanayan. Young and talented are key words for these guys, and now they're here to
Fam, he looks out of it, bro.
give it their all.
Unfortunately, Moneymaker and Fanayan did not do as well as they wanted to do on the second day, and they placed 35th out of 50. And I'm sure you guys remember who won that one.
Day 1 getting knocked out of the upper bracket to standing tall here.
Lift
It's crazy because there's so many randoms there that really could have made it, bro.
that trophy! Congratulations, Muir! Congratulations, Cooper! How amazing it must feel!
And although 35th out of 50 is not great, this wasn't just on the
Oh,
EU
really?
region, this was the entire world, so Moneymaker still performed well considering that these were the best of the best on the planet. But
Yeah, that
even
is
though
pretty
Moneymaker
good.
didn't get a good placement, he got something a little bit more valuable. Viral fame. As you guys saw, Moneymaker's walkout was a little bit odd. He stuck out from the rest of the competitors like a sore thumb. He was very short and looked even way younger than his actual age of 14. Everyone was wondering, who is this kid and where are his parents? Honestly, a lot of people were kind of mean to Moneymaker, and it probably would have been devastating for a lot of other kids his age, but Moneymaker decided to use this attention, positive or negative, to his advantage. Moneymaker would start
As
to
he
post
should.
more on YouTube, and then about a month later after Globals on November 7th, he would make make a Twitch account. 2 days later, he would host his first ever live stream, and he absolutely blew up. By New Year's Day, just a month and a half later, he would already have 160,000 followers on Twitch and average thousands of viewers
insane
every
blow up.
stream.
I ain't
He
gonna
captured
lie.
audiences with his strange
Can
personality.
we go USA and make fast food marathon vid?
His fantastic singing.
And how I mean, that would be amazing.
How you just with the popular? Everybody scream, Mr. Popular.
And of course, his incredible skill at the game.
That was peak lazy.
Oh my! And it kind of shocked everyone that he was so good at the game while also being a troll. This caught attention of a lot of big names in Fortnite, and everybody wanted to collab with him, including names like Clix and Cypher PK.
Money maker. What's good, bro? You winning or not?
Chat, you guys know I'm banning Clix's chat. Chat, I'm banning Clix's chat. Now, I was very sad when I got banned. Is it because I said the N-word? Now, I didn't know you can't say the N-word in Clix's chat. Because basically, Lux was going in his chat and was like, oh, everyone loves you in the Clix chat. So I was like gonna go in there joking, saying, F you, what's it called? F you, Lux. Oh, Lux is a, and then N-word. And I got banned for saying that. And then, yeah, it's just like, hey, but hey, when I get known, I you know, man, you know, I now have to get unbanned in Kai's chat and Clix's chat. That's actually true, mates.
You lost. You're so quiet.
Bro, I literally know some Clix mods and they won't unban me. I don't know why. Holy smokes.
You grew a lot, no? Stand up. He's almost taller than you.
Yo.
But he used to be like this tall.
No, he's not.
At Copenhagen. He was so short.
What's your favorite Fortnite dance?
What is it?
What? Oh, wait, sing it.
Yeah, how do you do that one?
Sing it.
Twitch rate host. Clicks host. Come on, bro. That's more than $1,000. Let me tell you that.
3, 2, 1.
Silas,
with the popular.
Are you just a bit popular?
Yeah! The big money. Hey, good luck, bro. He really thinks I'm hosting him. Jesus, you're not hosting him. That's insane.
At the end of 2023, Moneymaker was literally on top of the Fortnite world. And not only that, he was starting to expand on TikTok as well, and gaining more and more followers across the internet. In just 1 year, he went from
To
qualifying
be fair,
his
this year he was still getting some viral posts, I ain't gonna lie.
first grand finals to going to the global championships and then blowing up on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Things were going incredible.
So where did it go wrong?
Let's fucking go. Come here, Pookie Bear. Come here, Pookie Bear. Silas told them popular. Silas told them popular. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ohio Wrist Party, TikTok, Ohio Wrist Party. Maximum aura.
I can't lie, bro was on a run.
This E-date, I'm going to be picking Moneymaker.
Oh my gosh!
Nah, bro was on a run, bro. This guy's even got Lena on E-days. You know what the most valuable time? Wait, no, you know what the most valuable thing is? Time, because time is money. Nah, facts. On my soul, I'll be making so much if it was for time. Oh my god. I wish like what I'm doing right now, I could just like do that, but just like fast forward, just like everything just I'm just doing it like mad quick.
Fortunately, however, 2024 would not
game
be
picks a time,
spectacular. In fact, it would be devastating. Moneymaker didn't make it into any of the majors, which meant that he wasn't allowed to go to global finals either. And he even got banned on Twitch. Because Moneymaker wasn't able to make it to the big Fortnite tournaments, he started streaming less and less, and the hype around him started to die out. And by the end of 2024, it looked like he was just another trend in the Fortnite community. See, one of the biggest problems with Moneymaker's success is that it was largely based on one thing: the fact that he was actually one of the best young Fortnite competitors. And
damn, you see, that's why I would hate to blow up for a game. I would hate to. You gotta get lucky like Clix. I ain't gonna lie, Clix could easily go IRL route, but it's like, oh yeah, FaZe Heist guy. Yeah, he's like another FaZe Heist guy. But like, bro, yo, if I blew up for a game and I had to play that one game because that's what guys knew me for, my mental.
And unfortunately, everyone has to grow up at some time. And when these young players grow up, they have to find a way to pivot and make themselves popular in another way. You need to start a new trend and find a way to hold on to your fans instead of just dying off as another meme. But Moneymaker didn't really do that. He kept dragging on old jokes, singing popular, and using the same routine he always did for the entirety of his career. Slowly but surely, people started to stop caring about Moneymaker and his streams. And especially since they didn't see him playing in massive Fortnite tournaments, it kinda seemed like everybody started to forget about him. So like clockwork, at the beginning of 2025, people started to say that Moneymaker fell off.
Because I feel like with reactions and like your actual stuff, it's like people get to see like how you react, how you are in such certain situations and stuff like that, you know?
However, he is doing his best to make a comeback as of recently. This past February, he actually competed in the Major 1 Grand Finals on EU and placed 31st. And then recently in Major 2 Grand Finals, he finished 15th with his old duo Fanayan and Faded. So clearly Moneymaker is back in the game. And although he might not be as young as he was during the height of his popularity, it's possible we could see Moneymaker make a huge comeback if he...
You gotta realize, both Asian Jeff and Moneymaker were blown up at the same time, bro. And they were both averaging like 10k viewers at a point. That is insane. Now they both average like Moneymaker averages more than Asian Jeff. I'm pretty sure. Asian Jeff's full of needs to be studied, yeah, for real. Cause he actually low-key blew up for like his personality. I ain't gonna lie. The reason why like he blew up was like, I don't know. I feel like it was definitely more personality than the game, but because like whenever I clicked on a Asian Jeff stream in his prime, I saw a lot of personality. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but it was based off Fortnite.
He really wants to dedicate his time and energy to building a new brand.
Oh,
but that's
sorry to say, but this fan is actually
was
so
super
beautiful.
young when he went viral, and it's possible that it was overwhelming, and he didn't even like it. Maybe he just wants to be a normal kid that plays Fortnite with his friends and streams every so often.
It's called
Who knows?
status.
All that really matters is that
probably
he's
a
happy
basic
and he
fan,
enjoys
but
what he's doing. I, for one, am a huge fan.
It's
I think he's absolutely hilarious. So I'll be tuning into any Moneymaker streams that I have time for, and I recommend you guys do too. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button.
How did he hit that?
Comment who you want me to make my next video about. Hit the thumbs up, and I will see you in
Is
the
it like
next
a
video.
long fan?
Peace.
I got the 9-inch one, and then I think my mom has the 12-inch one. Anyway, W vid, bro. W vid.